Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show, live on WVON TV Channel 9 and on radio at WEKY, WKXO, and WIRV. Also brought to you by Bishop Small Engine Repair, Bluegrass Restoration and Construction, the Law Office of Patrick O'Neill, Nuevo Vallarta, the Richmond Raceway, and Affordable Service Solutions. Now let's go live to your hosts, Michael Watkins, Samantha Burford, and Dawson Rule. Ladies.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome into the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Michael Watkins, Samantha Burford, Dawson Rule here with you on a Monday night in Richmond. Looks like some rain might be heading our way here shortly, guys. But
and Dawson's back.
He is back with a vengeance. He said he ran an 8K one day last week.
Do you believe him?
I mean, I said he probably ran 2
you can
and
look
walked.
up the official stats on the iPad right now.
I think I believe him.
Yeah, he's young enough
now,
to run.
Now, if I'd have said it, don't believe me, because if I'm running, you better be running too.
I could run 8K, but I need like an hour break
tank.
after every K.
Walk probably 5 times or something like
true.
that.
Well, I guarantee you our guest tonight could probably run.
Oh, yeah, these guys are in shape for sure. Yeah,
for
sure. We got Patrick Nations and Jonathan Duff here with us from EKU Football. Guys, welcome on to the show. And Patrick, you guys have a kind of a special relationship, long snapper and kicker for the EKU football team. And Patrick, we were kind of talking about some of the things that you're about to accomplish, hopefully will accomplish here in the next season or two with EKU football. But let's kind of look back at what you all did last year first. Obviously, tremendous season last year. You all were a part of that amazing run. You win the ASUN. You go play in the playoffs. Obviously not the outcome that you wanted to have, but still a very, very good season for EKU football, trying to get back where it was 20 years ago. What needs to happen? We've had a lot of EKU football guests on the last month or so. I've asked everybody this, but what do you guys think needs to happen to kind of build on what you all did last season and go even further or have even a better year than what you all did last year?
I would say that we need to finish games better, for sure. I think we left a lot of points out on the field. Yeah. Starting off games, I don't think we started games very well. I think we finished games very well. I think the middle 8 was bad.
Okay.
I think if we start games better, middle 8's better, then we could go all the way.
Yeah, I know there was a couple of games where, you had the slow starts. You made the big – that first game of the year, you kind of fell behind big, made a pretty good rally, ended up falling short. Same thing with that second game. Was it 7 overtimes? I mean, you guys kind of fell behind then and came back. And obviously, a game that went into 7 overtimes, everybody was talking about that one. But same thing for you, John. Is there anything that you think that you guys can really – take from last year? Is there one thing that you all did last year that you can improve upon most that can be the biggest difference into maybe going better than what you did last season?
I think for us, it's 100% team buy-in and shifting the mentality a little bit. Playoffs isn't something that had happened here since 2014.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people were satisfied to make it there, which that's not our standard. That's not our expectation. Our standard is to go win the national championship. And so I think that there's been a big mentality shift over the past 6 months after that season to where people realized, okay, that's not good enough. And so I think that's the biggest difference between last year's team and coming into this year is that we know making the playoffs isn't good enough.
I think that can happen too. I think, a lot of times when you do something that hasn't happened in a long time, or when you do something maybe for the first time ever, you kind of come complacent, like, oh man, that's our World Series, that's our Super Bowl. We did something, but there's still more work to be done. And to get over that hump, it is a mentality thing. Like, yeah, we got there, but let's go even further this year. I think that can be something that you guys talked about too.
Well, the relationship between you guys is obviously special. There's got to be a lot of trust. There's the transfer portal is so big right now, and you talked about team bonding and things like that. Who's coming in on special teams that you guys are having to get to know? Who do we need to be on the lookout for, and what's happening between you guys?
Yeah, so we have 2 new guys. We have a new freshman. He just got here, Jacob Baker. He's from Corbin, Kentucky.
Okay, yeah.
He's a punter-kicker combo, really strong leg. He'll be good in the future. And then a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, we just got a new transfer snapper. He was a JUCO guy, just got here from California. So,
isn't it crazy though with the portal that I mean, we're this close to school and the season started, and there's still guys out there that if you have an injury or something, you can go, oh, this guy's still available. Let's grab him and bring him in. To me, that's still kind of crazy that those guys are still out there to be able to reach out to.
Yeah, when practice has already started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that's something that is good, or is it kind of hard to kind of cope with whenever you're bringing guys in so late in the year?
I'm going to say it's good just because for us, first of all, you never know with any football team what injuries are going to look like, what eligibility looks like, different stuff like that. You could have a crisis. And so some of those guys are really talented in the portal and come in and fill a void. And I know we've benefited tremendously from that, bringing in guys late that have made huge impacts for us in the seasons.
So you guys are special teams, and usually we talk with offensive and defensive players, but talk a little bit about your positions and what's it like being a special teams guy at EKU, because they don't always get all the love. So give yourself some love, I guess you could say, and talk about your position and your special teams teammates.
I mean, it's different. It's a lot different than, obviously, offense, defense. We're in our own little bubble. We kind of do especially like during the season, like we do our own thing. We're in a completely different field for the majority of practice. Yeah. We work on ourselves, like we do our thing. We get operations in, we do whatever we need to do, but then when time comes, we go join everybody else for practice, have full like live operations with the full team and the unit. We do all that. But other than that, everything's pretty much the same. Like off season right now in the summer, we do the same running, same conditioning, same lifts. Everything's pretty much the same, but it changes when practice comes.
Does it kind of make y'all closer that y'all are in your own little space, and you like so y'all can mess around and joke around?
I would definitely say we're closer.
Yeah, absolutely. I think for us, discipline is a really big thing. We don't have the privilege of having a coach looking over us 24/7 yelling at us. We kind of got to go off on our own because we have our own, like, my snapping style is different than our other snappers, and his kicking style is different. So ours is such a unique position that we need to be disciplined to do the right thing for us and know what we need to get done during practice and work on in our individual time to make sure that we perform for the team when we go out there.
Patrick, I want to ask you a question. Being the kicker at EKU, I feel like it's really – kind of comparing it to basketball, when you're a shooter, if you're in, let's say you're playing at Baptist Health Arena, on one side you have the wall as the background, on the other side it's wide open with the fans. It's kind of that way with football, where in football you've got kind of like the EKU, the Erdman Center as the background on one field goal, and the other side it's the row where it's kind of open. Does that affect you any? Like, do you have a preference as to which side you want to be kicking toward, with the background or the open?
Yeah, so I for sure would want to kick towards the Erdman Center.
That's what I would think too.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's a couple different factors into that. One being wind. Yeah. It's the main factor. Coming off the road with the open-ended stadium, the wind tends to 90% of the time it comes that way, kind of tunnels through, goes towards the Erdman Center. So wind's normally at your back, maybe a little crosswind, but that's the main factor. But I'd say the second one is an aiming point, because I have the building behind it, so I can see visually, I can see something behind it that I want to aim towards. So having that helps a lot. And then going towards the road, I'm just aiming at a cloud.
Yeah.
That's pretty much
That's what I would think, too. Like, I was never a shooter, but I feel like when we played ball in alumni back in the day when I was in school, it was very hard because, again, you've got the wall as your background. I feel like it's much easier to shoot there, whereas if you're going the other way inside of Baptist Health Arena, where it's wide open with the fans and the open space there in the background, it's much more difficult to be a shooter. So I wanted to kind of get your thoughts on that. But I think that's pretty cool when you think about it. But I would agree. Never having kicked the football, I would think that would be the options I would want to.
For sure.
I want to. Oh, Samantha, go first.
Okay, thank you. I want to know your hometowns, like Jonathan, you from Dayton and you from South Carolina, being Ohio. You got to be excited about, I guess, the Cincinnati game, right? Because that's a little closer for your family to come in. Do they make it in? That's a pretty long drive for both of your families.
Well, Dayton, was it 45 minutes to Cincinnati?
Yeah, it's about 45 minutes, 2.5 hours from here, so it's not bad. I've been fortunate. I'm the youngest of 7 kids. And,
oh, wow.
I told him a minute ago you got a big family.
Yeah, and my parents were always very big on dividing and conquer. If we'd have like a practice or a game at the same time, they wanted a family member there always for support, and then also for in case there was an injury or something. Yeah. So they've kept that same mentality with me in college. They've made it to every single game, so they're always going to be there, but I'm excited. They told me that they've ordered, on top of the tickets that I'll be able to get them, they've ordered 28 tickets already for the Cincinnati game, so apparently I'll have a loud section there. I'm excited.
That's awesome.
Well, if they are going to be cooking out or tailgating, we will be down there, so
I can get you their
some burgers or something. We'll take some burgers, some hot dogs.
I can get you their contact.
All right, there we go. We got it, Dawson.
Does your family, Patrick, make it in?
Yeah, so most of the time they come to all the home games, and then they'll come to like the closer away games like towards the south, I'd say.
How far away is Clemson? What, 5, 6 hours?
From here, from Richmond, it's about 5.5.
Yeah.
I can get it at 5.5.
I've been gauging it out, now that I've traveled a lot, I've kind of, I know I've been to Dayton a few times, never been to Clemson, but I think that'd be kind of a cool place
I've been to Dayton. It's far. I mean, that's a long drive. It is.
I want to talk about the art of long snapping because that's one of the things you don't talk about.
Yeah.
No one really asks about, and I want to know a little bit more about it. And everyone's, you just snap the ball, it's whatever.
No.
There's more to it, right?
Yeah.
So
there's definitely
talk
a lot
little
of
bit about
mechanics
that.
that go to it.
I mean,
And how long has he been doing it?
Right, because it's a unique
Have you always been
position.
doing it?
So I'm going on my 14th season. I did the math the other day of football. So I've been playing since 3rd grade.
Crazy.
And for long snapping, it's just something they kind of forced me into because I was the center on the offense back 3rd grade all the way through junior high. And then junior high, I was long snapping one game, and I didn't really care about the position, but I threw like 3 over my punter's head. And so I got benched, and then I just didn't like the feeling of getting benched because I hadn't had that before. So then I just asked my dad to teach me, which he had no idea how to long snap. So we found out there were camps and stuff, and then I found out I could go to college, and that's how it all sprung from there in 7th grade. But it's definitely a different kind of art. You have to if you have a movement wrong in your mechanics, let's say it's a 6-inch movement, that can set the ball off about 6 yards. So, 6 feet, 6 yards could go very wide range of misfires there. So you got to be very particular with your muscle memory and everything like that, and stay very flexible also. But I don't worry too much. I don't get too much glory. I lived through him with all that. So all his stats, I'm going to take pride in.
That is true because he's getting the applause, and you're really the one doing. You're both doing the work, but you're both doing the work.
But there's a person missing too.
That's
we'll
right.
have the holder.
The holder.
So who's the holder for
Right.
you guys?
Jeremy.
Jeremy
our
Edwards.
punter.
Our punter.
Oh,
okay.
yeah, we should have had him
He's
come
very
today,
important as
too.
well. We'll blame Rickson for that. But when I think kickers, I always think of the movie Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, because it was Ray Finkel, the whole, laces out or whatever.
Yep.
So is that really a thing? I mean, is it how do you guys
100%.
prefer to do it?
It's a thing.
preference.
Always laces out?
It has to be.
Yeah, okay.
Laces out. I mean, they can be turned slightly, a little bit, but anything past, so we use a clock. So we'd say 12 o'clock is laces out.
Okay.
That's 100% what we want. If it's anywhere between 10 and 2, I can work with. That's fine. But once it gets 9 and 3 and back, then it starts affecting the kick. And then that's really where the big percentage drops of made field goals compared to not.
There you go. Well, I think whenever you guys, you get out, how many field goals would you say you kick a day? Or how many times do you all practice extra points and field goals per day?
Yeah. During practice?
Yeah. Right.
It's actually a lower number than you would believe because we have to keep our legs fresh and you don't want to strain anything. I'd say warm-up, I probably hit around 15, maybe, somewhere in that area. And then we hit, 6 to 10, live reps throughout practice. And that's it. So I probably hit maybe 30 max in a day.
A day?
Well, I want to know about weather, too, because does that make a difference? You got to, if the ball's wet, it's
I think
slick.
it has more of a difference on him than it does.
Yeah, because so obviously I have to handle the ball, and so if the ball is wet, I just make sure that I have my towel on me, which I always have, just in case of sweaty hands or anything like that. And so I use my towel and then make sure my hand placement's firm, and then you have to extend your follow-through a little extra and just make sure you're getting through your legs, almost like you're handing the ball to the holder or the punter, just to make sure that there's less room for error there with a slip off your finger or something like that. So
Patrick, you've been kicking for probably a while and learning how to do it throughout growing up. You ever get nervous when you get big kicks or if we get this field goal late in the game, we're going to take the lead. This is a huge kick, Do you ever get a little nervous or
No, I try not to.
Okay.
I mean, you're always going to be nervous. You're always gonna,
every kick. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I get nervous jitters before the game even starts, but they're good nervousness. But go ahead.
No, I was going to say, because last year you scored that game-tying against Bowling Green, right?
So that one wasn't – it was just like any other kick, though, when you went out
Yeah, so you try to keep it, as mellow as you possibly can. The way I try to think about it, I try not to put too much pressure on myself because there's 2 outcomes. You're either going to make it or you're going to miss it. Yeah. And you can't dwell on either one. You got to have a short-term memory. If you miss it, okay, that's it. You missed it. Okay. Move on.
That's what I tell Dawson when he's asking for a girl's phone number. Man, listen, you're either going to get it or you're not. You can't stress it.
He's got jokes. I'll get him back. Don't worry.
Yeah, there's only 2 options. So there's really not – you can only control what you can control. And, his job's to get it back to the snap or to the holder. Holder's job is to put it down. Mine's to kick it through. That's it.
So it's like a unit. That's why it's special teams.
Yeah.
1-1-1. Everyone does the same thing in a way, but they're doing different things.
Yeah, one doesn't work without the other.
Well, guys, we appreciate
I
you
can't
coming
imagine
over.
being
Yeah.
upside down like that.
Oh,
though.
yeah.
Like, you're upside
You get
down
used to it.
trying to find him.
Next Monday, we're going to be live at Lake Reba. The team's going to be having kind of like a get-together out there. We'll be out there. We'll talk to Parker McKinney, which everybody knows the quarterback's the darling, right? Everybody wants to talk to Parker.
And he's coming back this
Walt
season.
Wells is going to be
Exciting.
up there. So we'll talk to you guys. We really appreciate y'all coming up. You don't really get the kicker's point of view or the long
Right,
snapper's point of
right.
view. We really appreciate you guys stopping
Yeah.
by and talking to us. I know it's going to be a big year for you guys. Expectations-wise, I mean, they've not been this high in a really long time, I feel like. Before we let you go, talk about that. I mean, what's the vibe as far as with the team, the expectations on campus? Do you all feel any added pressure after the season you had last year, or is it still kind of business as usual?
I'd say it's business as usual. Coach pretty much preaches to us. We love the fans and everything like that, but really when it comes down to it, all that matters is what's in that room when we're with our team room. And so all of us believe, and so we just go one game at a time, and we just know what the expectation is, and the expectation is to go 1-0 each week, and then from there, that's when you get all the extra rewards and stuff from it.
Oh, I got to ask, do you like the new gear?
Love it.
Oh,
They
yeah.
got it
Love the
on,
new
too.
Nike.
Yeah.
Big
You
Nike
got it
fan.
on.
Big
You
Nike
like
fan.
it? I mean,
Absolutely.
we're waiting for ours.
Yeah, we'll get it on there.
Yeah,
We'll get it
yeah,
on.
I mean, he's over here.
Coach, we're waiting.
There you go, Walt.
Yeah, there
Have
you
us
go.
some shirts next week.
I got to wear this because I don't have enough of the Nike gear. You know what I'm saying? So
listen at him.
That's
Hey.
an opponent. That's an opponent.
All right, guys. We'll see
That is
you
an
all next
opponent this
Monday.
year.
Boy.
Hey, we both said, though, we're going to wear EKU.
I did.
We're
say
wearing.
that.
I went to
Thank
UK.
you.
You better.
We're wearing
Okay.
EKU at that game.
Yeah, she was at UK for 9 years, and then she finally graduated. So, yeah, I can't say I was at Eastern for 4.5, and that was my third school, so I really can't say much either.
Well,
but
we're going to be 5-6 with football. So.
there we go. Everybody just.
Hey, that's the way to
yeah,
do it.
Yeah, all right. Well, step aside
Take a
for a quick
COVID
commercial
year.
break. When we come back, we'll talk some volleyball. Madison Central volleyball, high school volleyball,
in the
right
building.
around the corner. Avery Rigney is here. We'll talk to her when we come back live on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports
Thank
Show.
you, guys.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
Whether you're in the market for a brand new Chevrolet, you're looking for a pre-owned quality vehicle, or your family car is in need of service by our GM certified technician, Jack Burford has what you need. Come to Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond for all of your automotive needs. Family owned and operated since 1964, Jack Burford Chevrolet is your hometown Chevrolet dealership. Check us out at jackburford.com or come in and see us today. We are located on the EKU bypass across the street from Walmart.
I'm Michelle. And I'm Jennifer. And in the spring of 1992, Bishop Small Engine Repair was born in our mom and dad's barn in Estill County.
Then in the fall of 1992, we made the move to Madison County, where we are today. With the support of our family, customers, and community, we have continued to grow in the outdoor power industry. With a full line of products from Coconut, Grasshopper, Echo, and Shindawa, we can help you tackle your yard so you can enjoy it with your family. Bishop Small Engine Repair, where our focus is our customer. Stop on in, 119 North Estill Avenue in Richmond. We can't wait to see ya.
The Beast of the East roars back to life for their 2023 racing season. Most Saturday nights, some Friday nights, you can take the whole family down to the Richmond Raceway for some good family fun. Watch the drivers race around the 1,584 feet clay track for some big winnings. Children 10 and under are always admitted free. Gates open at 4. Racing starts at 6. The Richmond Raceway. Greens crossing off Highway 52 East and RichmondRaceway.net. Unleash your inner beast at the Richmond Raceway.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
When perfect is in the air, you can feel it. Presenting the new Ultimate Comfort System from Lennox, the most advanced heating and air conditioning system ever.
Call 859-779-0122 now and get the best Lennox home comfort systems at a price you'll love. That's affordable heating and air at 859-779-0122 or online at affordableheating-air.com.
Hi there, I'm Alan Feldhouse Jr., head basketball coach at Madison Central High School. Here at MCHS, we have built a winning team. I'd like to tell you about another local winning team, family-owned and operated Bluegrass Restoration and Construction. They specialize in roofing, general construction, and home maintenance services. Just like on the court, you need a team that will work together to get the job done, and that's exactly what BRC does. Give them a call at 859-353-1133. Row Tribe.
Back here on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Appreciate Patrick Nations and Jonathan Duff for coming over from the EKU football team. We got a lot of really good local athletes here, Samantha and Dawson.
They were fun.
And we got another one on here with us, Avery Rigney, Madison Central volleyball player. Avery, welcome into the show. You know, I feel like in the last year or two, you've really kind of burst on the scene with volleyball becoming even a bigger sport here in Madison County. Obviously, Janet Thacker's been a big part of that. She was your coach last year. She's really tried to bring the sport not only into Madison County for the high school athletes, but even at the lower levels as well. And I think, Dawson, she just told us last week that the club is going to be official now. The youth league is going to be here. 2024, so that'll be a big deal.
That is a big deal, the future.
Yeah, and you've been playing volleyball for a long time. But talk about what you've seen over the last few years as far as volleyball getting more limelight, becoming a bigger sport, and just, I think, more people being interested in playing volleyball. Talk about that and what you've seen here recently.
So in the last few years, I feel like volleyball has really become, like, more popular for other like athletes watching, and like just in these past few years it's been broadcasted on ESPN and not just put off to the side. So I think having it broadcasted on ESPN has really shown like a light on all these college athletes, and not just college but also younger athletes, and people are like, oh, volleyball is like actually kind of cool. So I think it really helps like people want to come watch now.
And to add to that, too, I mean, when Kentucky played the national championship game and became the national champions, that really helped locally, I think.
Well, I'll never forget the first game that I came to. It was maybe 2018. Janet Thacker and Kim Kaywood, they were like, if we'll put this game together, let's put it on TV. It was the Mad Pink game. It was the first time I'd ever come out to a volleyball game, and I'd played some, like, intramural volleyball when I was at Eastern, but man, the intensity, that's really where I was impressed with was, man, you girls, it's intense from the very first serve till the game is over with. Talk about that, and just, I think, what goes into you playing the game and how intense it really is out there when you are on the court.
So a lot of the intensity comes from both sides. Like, you both want to win this game, you both want to be the winner. So I think a lot of the intensity is like, let's go. And once you get like the first serve, it's always like nerve-wracking because you're like, I don't want to miss my first serve. So after that first couple of serves, everyone starts to get looser and just plays like as a team. And so after that, it's just like, you want to win, and everyone's on the same page as to wanting to win. So it really helps bring us together and have that intensity.
Well, Avery, you guys, your schedule is starting soon. You guys have your first scrimmage August the 7th.
Yes.
That is like in a week and a half. How excited are you for your senior season?
I'm so excited for senior season. Like, it's finally like, oh, I get to be a senior, because I started playing in 8th grade, so I've always like looked up to the seniors, and now I'm excited that the younger girls can look up to us. But our first game is this Friday for Bluegrass State Games. So the team's really preparing. We have Campbellsville Camp today and tomorrow. And so we're excited.
There you go.
So tell us a little bit about your commitment journey. Obviously, you just had your big commitment, but that's a big process going into your senior year. Schools are interested in you. How did you make that decision?
So long process, and can be frustrating and hard. So June 15th of your junior year, you're finally allowed to talk to coaches. So June 15th, you talk to coaches, whatever, you set up visits. And like a lot of people will tell you, you know where you want to go when you step on campus. So after all these visits and talking to many coaches, figuring out like what type of school I want to go to, I really liked Kent. So it was kind of that place I was like, oh, I can feel myself here for the next 4 years. And so I'm excited.
Yeah, Kent State is where you decided to go to. Talk about some of the other schools that were interested in you and what really stuck out with Kent State that made you be like, okay, yeah, this is going to be my next home.
So other schools, they were interested, but I feel like she really wanted me. Like she would come to our tournaments for club, even if she wasn't recruiting, because she wanted to watch. And so I feel like she really wanted me there in her program. And I feel like other schools were just interested and wanted me to be there, but they didn't want me as much
extra
as
effort.
Yes. Yeah.
That's a big deal. And we've heard a lot of players say that, man, that extra text message or that extra email or whatever the case may be, or coming out and seeing us in person, that can really be a game changer. So that's it. I mean, it's really cool that she was able to do that and show her interest in you.
Well, and that's good too, because it's all a lot about the coach. Because with the transfer portal, you can meet all the volleyball players that are there right now, and who knows how many of them will even be there next year. So talk to us about, let's move back into this season and the schedule. Tell us about what game maybe you're most excited about, or, I mean, tell us even about some of the upcoming freshmen that's going to be on your team and things like that.
So I think the game that I'm most excited about, I'm not sure for other people, but is West Jessamine, because last year we really wanted to play them, but our schedule was full, so we couldn't. But this year Janet put them on our schedule, and we've never played them before.
Oh, wow.
And they're really good competition, really good team, so we're all excited to play them. And our freshmen, we have a really strong freshman team this year. Janet took, I think, 11 freshmen and a few 8th graders that are practicing on the 8th graders are on the practice team because she wants the freshmen to be straight freshmen.
Yeah.
And it's a really strong group, which I think will help in the coming years.
Well, I think from what Janet's done with Caudle volleyball, and then it's making Clark Moore's volleyball more competitive, Madison Middle more competitive, I think you're really seeing that now, kind of the fruits of her labor with what you all are doing here at the high school level now, because all these players are getting the experience. I remember Aubrey Darnold, the Moret girl's really good. There's a lot of players like that are coming through the system now that were really good in middle school. You're starting to see how good they can be and the experiences they're getting with middle school level, club ball, and things like that. What do you think has been the biggest factor in Central really getting to where you all are now? Top 10 in the state pretty much all of last year. What's been the biggest difference over the last year or two to get you all where you are right now?
I think a lot, to get to where we are today, a lot of our girls play club. So I think club really helps, but also having Janet as a coach is really nice because I had her in middle school, so I know I can trust her as a coach. And when you have trust in your coach, you know, oh, I know what she's talking about. Yeah. We're doing these drills for a purpose, for a reason. I know why we're doing these. And so I feel like we have a lot of trust in Janet. So we are where we are, and we can really trust, how we're playing volleyball.
So name drop some teammates that you think are going to have some big years this year, like some seniors like you or some rising juniors. Who's going to have a standout year, you think?
I think Aubrey Donald, she went and played for Kiva for club this year, and I think that helped her a lot defensively and offensively. So I think she'll be a big help to the team, as well as Bella Moret. She's young, but she's really good, and she has a lot to learn from the older players because she's never played with varsity before. So this upcoming week into Bluegrass State Games is going to really help her for the season and become stronger and a well-rounded player. I think Camille Case will step up and do a good job as the libero. The position right now is not set on. All of our positions are up for grabs. You have to work for your position, but I think she's a really good, strong candidate that will earn her spot and really shine this year.
The other girl that sits up front with you, her name right now I cannot think of.
Nia
Hughley, right?
Yes.
Yes. You all really, I mean, when you've got the Twin Towers up there, I feel like, you all were so good last year. Talk about how you all kind of feed off each other because you're both athletic. You both love to spike the football or, as what Janet taught me, kill the ball. So talk about that and how you all kind of feed off each other and how important it is to have her out there with you.
So I've played with her since 6th grade. So we have a really good friendship and connection. And she's the funniest person, the best energy. And so I think we really feed off each other's energy. Today at camp, Emma Carter wasn't able to make it. She got sick. So Ananias stepped in to be the setter. She's never set before, but her energy was so good. It helped the team to feed off her energy, and everyone was just energetic and really talking. And so
there you go.
Yeah.
Well, you got an exciting season. I'm going to read off so that people know watching. I mean, you're going to have Frederick Douglass at home, Bourbon County at home, Great Crossing at home, GRC, Model, and then Fleming County all at home. And I'm excited because every one of these games, you guys have set up like veteran appreciation,
there's a
senior
theme with each
night,
one.
alumni recognition, teacher appreciation. That's pretty exciting to get, you know, the alumni back in there to really support you guys. Talk to us how that helps motivate you guys, because it's going to get a big crowd in there.
We also need to talk to Janet about having a Michael appreciation night. We need to have one of those. I mean, I don't ever
She's
get
still
no.
educating all three of us about volleyball, because we are learning, and we're excited to keep following you guys and learning as we go.
Yeah, so I think having those like themes set for each home game is really good for more people to come out, like see the alumni, have your teacher appreciation week, because I know a lot of teachers, like, they're teachers, they're busy during the school year. So I think having a game for them, like they can put on their calendar and have teachers come watch us. And I think that would really encourage them to also be like, hey, there's a volleyball game tonight, go watch. Or all the other themes like veterans, it's really important to appreciate your veterans and support them. So having just one night for them is really good.
Well, I think it'll also shine a light on, you might get a fan that's never been to a game before to fall in love with it. Like, you know, I think that would be kind of cool too.
Yeah, especially the students
too.
Yeah.
Before we go back to commercial break, let's talk about expectations. So last year, again, top 10 in the state, had a great year. What are the expectations for this year with your senior season? A lot of players coming back. What are the expectations? What are the goals for this team as you get ready to start the season?
So I feel like our expectations this year is to go further in regions. We are expected, because last year we lost to Catholic first round of regions, and we did not predict that. We thought we were going to win and keep going. So this year our team is really motivated to continue on in the regions and make it to the region championship, maybe win the region championship, and go to state. So us as a team, varsity, we are really like motivated and want that win to go further in regions.
There you go.
That's a big goal, and I'm excited to watch it
happen. There are
happen.
expectations this year. I mean, as we said, this year and in the last couple of years, you all have really kind of put volleyball out there. You're bringing a limelight to the sport itself. We've had a lot of really good players come through Madison County the last 5 or 6 years. There's a couple of girls playing at EKU right now. You're going to be going to Kent State. I know Kirsten Osborne's playing down in Florida. She just moved in over the weekend. So a lot of really good athletes playing volleyball, and we appreciate you taking your time.
Are we still having the pink game this year?
Mad Pink game.
But
It's
it will
Southern
be at
this
Southern.
year, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
That's always a big game.
Usually in October, involving, you know, obviously breast cancer awareness, so that'll be a big deal. Looking forward to that game.
Maybe we can get there again.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be there.
We were talking to Dawson. We're going to try to get maybe 4 or 5 volleyball games, 4 or 5 soccer games on this year. That'll be the plan, see if we can get that worked out. But going to be an exciting season. Excited to watch you play your senior year.
Yes.
And good luck to you all as you get ready to start.
Congratulations.
Have a great senior year, too. Not just in volleyball, but just in school. Have fun with it and enjoy yourself. And looking forward to watching y'all play some volleyball.
I'm excited. Thank you.
Step aside for the commercial break. We've got some All-Stars in the house. We'll talk to the Richmond Little League Junior All-Stars who just won that. And we'll be back here on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
Whether you're in the market for a brand new Chevrolet, you're looking for a pre-owned quality vehicle, or your family car is in need of service by our GM certified technician, Jack Burford has what you need. Come to Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond for all of your automotive needs. Family owned and operated since 1964, Jack Burford Chevrolet is your hometown Chevrolet dealership. Check us out at jackburford.com or come in and see us today. We are located on the EKU bypass across the street from Walmart.
I'm Michelle. And I'm Jennifer. And in the spring of 1992, Bishop Small Engine Repair was born in our mom and dad's barn in Estill County.
Then in the fall of 1992, we made the move to Madison County, where we are today. With the support of our family, customers, and community, we have continued to grow in the outdoor power industry. With a full line of products from Cub Cadet, Grasshopper, Echo, and Shindawa, we can help you tackle your yard so you can enjoy it with your family. Bishop's Small Engine Repair, where our focus is our customer. Stop on in, 119 Northwest Avenue in Richmond. We can't wait to see you.
The Beast of the East roars back to life for their 2023 racing season. Most Saturday nights, some Friday nights, you can take the whole family down to the Richmond Raceway for some good family fun. Watch the drivers race around the 1,584 feet clay track for some big winnings. Children 10 and under are always admitted free. Gates open at 4. Racing starts at 6. The Richmond Raceway. Greens crossing off Highway 52 East and richmondraceway.net. Unleash your inner beast at the Richmond Raceway.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
When perfect is in the air, you can feel it. Presenting the new Ultimate Comfort System from Lennox, the most advanced heating and air conditioning system ever.
Call 859-779-0122 now and get the best Lennox home comfort systems at a price you'll love. That's affordable heating and air at 859-779-0122 or online at affordableheating-air.com.
Hi there, I'm Alan Feldhouse Jr., head basketball coach at Madison Central High School. Here at MCHS, we have built a winning team. I'd like to tell you about another local winning team, family-owned and operated Bluegrass Restoration and Construction. They specialize in roofing, general construction, and home maintenance services. Just like on the court, you need a team that will work together to get the job done, and that's exactly what BRC does. Give them a call at 859-353-1133. Row Tribe.
We're back here on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show, live at Jack Burford Chevrolet. Michael Watkins, Samantha Burford, Dawson Rule here with you, talking some local sports. We've had EKU football, Madison Central volleyball. Let's have some All-Stars on the show. And got Bruce and Jeff with the Richmond Little League Junior All-Stars Division, 13-14U. And you guys, Bruce's second year you've been on with us. Last year you were here with us. Same situation. You all won the state championship. Now, once again, going on to the Nationals. First of all, kind of talk about the journey to where you guys are now, kind of how the state tournament kind of works, and putting this team together, just how much fun you all have had the last year.
Well, last year's when we started the league, kind of give the guys a little step in between major and senior. So making it last year was a bonus for us. We didn't expect to do much. We have 8 returning players with the experience, and they've all gotten a lot bigger.
Yeah.
Going back up there, because we went up there last year young, the youngest team of 8 teams.
I remember you saying that to us last year when you came on.
So this year it's ours. We're just playing equal field up there. So yeah, we're excited to go this different mindset this year.
Well, I think, and we were kind of talking about that with EKU football earlier, like once you do something that's never been done before, that's kind of like your Super Bowl. You won it. It's kind of hard to reset that mindset and be like, okay, now there's more work to be done. This year, a little bit different expectations, Jeff. Talk about this team and what you've seen from them as you all get ready to go into Nationals.
Well, I think Bruce and even the players will agree that we're much more mature, especially in pitching and hitting.
Yeah.
We went down to Barberville, went 3-0 there. It wasn't just, you always hear about the top 4 or 5 hitters, but actually our bottom of the lineup really came through. Got on base when we needed them to get on, scored 5 runs in the top of the 8th, I think, in the championship game. But last year, we were scared, even as coaches. We go up against guys that been doing this a long time. Matter of fact, Wisconsin, who I think won it all, right?
State of Wisconsin, yeah.
That coach had told us that he had been prepping for that tournament for like 4 years.
Oh, wow. So they're kind of like putting them together, and like that's what they're gearing up for, right? Yeah, okay.
But these guys have matured. They play a lot better together. Not just through the season. We play each other all season.
Yeah.
But during the games in Barberville, the state was really terrific.
Well, coaches, talk to us about some of the teams that you've played and some of these memorable games and where all you guys have been traveling to this season.
Well, we played locally amongst ourselves.
Yeah.
But when we went to Barberville, we played Knox County, which was the host, and they were kind of like us. They were their first year in the tournament. So we did a pretty good job on them. I think it was 16-2 or something like that.
Oh, that is a pretty good job.
Then we met a good team in Henry County. We're very well coached, very disciplined, few errors, and we had to beat them twice. So the first game, I think they was trying to hold off on us because by us winning the first game, they had drawn the bye. So we came into the second game kind of tied. So we had a little pitching strategy, and it worked out for us. Probably go back into Michigan with the same pitching strategy, seeing if we can save them as much as we can.
Save those arms for later rounds.
Still got to win the first game, though.
Yeah.
Still got to win the first game.
Yeah.
And we actually played Michigan.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you play the host state again then.
Well, actually, there's a host team from Midland, and then the actual Michigan champions, like we would be.
Okay.
So we're actually playing the champions, correct?
So when you say nationals, I mean, how many teams are in that? Is it just is there 50? Is there a team from each state, or how does that play out?
We need Ralph for this.
I know in the Midwest, which is us there.
Okay.
There's 8 teams.
Okay.
So there's so many regions that's playing 4 to 16 spots. So do the math there.
Yep.
To get to the top 16.
Okay.
Well, you guys have been an impressive team thus far, and a lot of people don't know the behind-the-scenes work that the guys behind y'all that are standing there do. Brag on them a little bit and talk about all the work they've put in to get here and what they do and how they are as a team.
We probably haven't polled them each how long they've each played baseball, but I can tell you I started with Jace over in Lexington 10 years ago, and these guys here behind me, they've probably played together since at least major, if not some in minor. So 5-6 years together.
Okay.
A lot of them play the middle school ball. So we got good chemistry this year.
Look behind you. Run down the rock.
Yes,
I know
that's
it's a
what
little
I
bit.
want to
It's a
know.
little
Tell
harder.
us their names. We don't have them mic'd.
Kind of give all their names so we know who. Maybe 5 or 6 years we'll see these guys playing at Central or Southern or somewhere around here.
We got Kellen Burchett here, Blake King, Braden Hall, Britton Richmond, Ben Short, Noah Oliver, Colton Gillum, Carter Walls, Peyton Smith, Caden King, Cam Hunt, Jace Whitaker, and Coach Matt Burchett.
Now, you listed them all out there. How do you go about picking the team? Because you said that you all played against, in the regular season here at Lake Reba, you all kind of played against each other. So how does it work as far as putting the all-star team together that you all travel with?
Well, first we let the parents basically submit a form if they want to be considered for all-stars. And then pretty much all the coaches get together, and then we pick the top 12.
Okay. So now, did you each of you coach your own team in the Richmond Little League? Okay. There you go. That's pretty cool. There's always been all-star teams. Even when I played back in the day, I was never on one of those teams, but that's neither here nor there.
You were never picked.
It's pretty cool to see. Like, there's a lot of really good talent here in the Richmond-Madison County area that these kids are going to grow up and be really important players up. You see Madison Central and Southern winning, district and region championships at the high school level. These are going to be on those teams here in the next few years.
Absolutely. These are your guys, and Jeff and I, we are intensely competitive between ourselves and our teams throughout the year, but this is the fun time to come together and bring it all in and say,
I love him.
Yeah. We go way back to college.
Okay. Oh. There you go then. Yeah. Now, did you play football at Eastern, right? Did you play any sports at EKU? No? Okay. No. Just hung out with Jeff outside of the ball games a little bit? A lot, okay.
Did you get each other in trouble, maybe?
Well, I bet Jeff got everybody in trouble back in the day.
No trouble.
The infamous dog. We were we hung out the dog.
Yeah.
They were at the Okay, so I want to know, you'll all have to speak for them, but I like the shades. Loving the long hair on some of them. Look at them with that long hair.
Is it a team thing, or is that
team
just...
thing? Yeah. Superstitious? What is it?
Aren't we, Tuesday night doing the shaving, head shaving?
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, there maybe. I don't know. I can't get my boy to cut his hair, so.
Well, that's good.
They got their shades
if it's
on.
winning, you don't want to change it up,
Well, that is what I want to know.
Yeah.
So are anybody up there superstitious?
You guys do the same routine for anything?
Boys, you can talk. Come on.
Well, I know as a pitcher, a lot of pitchers have kind of like a routine, whether it's not stepping on the foul line or anything like that. Yeah, but talk about. So we're going to Nationals, Midland, Michigan. What's the layout? When are you guys? That's next week, I think. So when do you guys leave? What's the travel plans? And hopefully you're down there for a week or so, right?
Well, the first thing we're going to do is ask Johnny for about 5,000.
There you go. Okay, he's back there. He's back there.
I'm kidding.
We get there on opening ceremonies 5:30 on Tuesday night, where all the teams come together to have a picnic, introduce them out on the field, and then we play Wednesday at 2.
Okay.
And
next Wednesday, right?
Next Wednesday, August the 2nd at 2. If we win, we don't have to play again until Friday. So our goal is really to win that first game, so we can have the guns on the weekend.
Awesome.
So what do you do during those 2 days before they play again? You don't want them to sit
fishing.
Yeah. I mean, you don't want them out in the sun getting heat. You don't want that. So what do you do with them? They're going to be bored to death if they're in a hotel room.
Bruce is pretty tough on them. No swimming.
No girls.
No girls.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know. We're going to get up there. Last
They're
year,
like, what?
Nobody said nothing but the no girls rule, right, guys?
Last year we were back-to-back out, so we didn't really have a lot of downtime. Thursday will be tough for us to figure out. Do we run over to Lake Huron and do something fun there, but not too strenuous?
Yeah. Right.
So we're not too far from the lake there.
Well, that'll be awesome. I know you guys have had a lot of fun with this. So do these guys go back? I know Lake Reba's spring league starts up in the fall, or fall league starts up in August. So will these guys jump right back into fall ball at Lake Reba?
August 19th.
Okay, there you go. Man, that's coming right up too. So and baseball and everything's really become year round. And you look at football, it's become year round now. Same with baseball and basketball. At this stage, you guys are seeing it. Is it harder now for kids to play multiple sports with how everything's kind of going year round, or is it still kind of how it used to be as far they can still play multiple sports?
My opinion would be, what I know is you pick one now and stay with it. There's a few boys that can pull it off, but the coaches ask so much more than when we were growing up.
Yeah.
It's harder on the coaches and parents than anyone.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, because, soccer season will be starting. It's very different, but obviously, someone may be like, I want to try soccer at my young age.
Well, with this, too, I mean, you can't take a bus, right? Or you can't, you rent one, but, it's a lot of parents, having to kind of pull together and do all the traveling. So you're asking a lot of the parents. I think it just shows the commitments the parents have to be able to put all the funds and everything together to help support the team and get it down there and do what you all are doing with them.
And I would be totally remiss if I didn't say the community helped us out so much last year, to where it minimizes the pocket expense of the parents' hotels. We feed them, however many nights we're down there. So the gasoline. So, yeah.
Do you have any fundraisers between now? That's a short amount of time, but do you have anything between now and next week that you're going to be trying to raise some money with to do some things while you're down there?
I wouldn't call it an organized event. We just kind of know some people that, ask our players if they know some people to donate, and the city came through for us last year, so we'll be asking them for a little help. And
well, if somebody was interested, even if it's $50 or $100, where could they go, or who could they just reach out to you guys, come over to Gillum's and do some support that way? So yeah, guys, if you're watching, you want to give $50, 20, whatever. I mean, anything would help for while you guys are down there. Go over to Gillum, see Jeff, grab you a pizza while you're there, and bring me one too.
Yeah, donate some of your poker money.
I've got some leftovers from my pizza from earlier. I was over there at Gillum's earlier today. So yeah, stop on by. They would love the support. And these guys they're representing the city of Richmond, Madison County. So they are doing their thing, and they need your support.
And
so
the future's right out there. Look, they're little brothers.
Oh, yeah.
There's your new team right out there. All the little brothers.
When do you guys start kind of, prepping for spring ball? Is it in May? Do y'all start in April for spring ball?
March and April.
March and April. Okay.
We try to not start the games till after the middle schools are over. It's really a tight schedule with these boys playing middle school ball, now high school ball.
Yeah.
Next year's high school for them, so spring will be interesting.
How many teams are in Richmond Little League for their division?
This division only had 3, but we also had 2 seniors.
Okay.
So it was 5 total, but these guys played amongst themselves.
Okay. Well, good deal. Well, guys, we appreciate you all coming over and doing big things with Richmond Little League All-Stars.
All of them are probably in different middle schools, I'm sure, right?
Oh,
Everybody, you got some Madison Middle, you got some Clark Moores.
Yeah. Good deal. Well, guys, good luck next week. We appreciate you coming over. Be sure to let us know how things go next week.
Don't cut your hair.
Yeah, keep it going.
Let it be.
Make Jeff and Bruce cut their hair, though, if you do, right?
If you win, maybe.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, give them something to really play
That's
for.
Right. Thanks for having us.
Hey, if they win, will you shave your head?
Ooh.
Probably not. That's this is my money maker. Neck up, Samantha. All right. All right. Thank you all for coming over, and good luck next week. We'll step aside here. We'll come right back on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
Whether you're in the market for a brand new Chevrolet, you're looking for a pre-owned quality vehicle, or your family car is in need of service by our GM certified technician, Jack Burford has what you need. Come to Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond for all of your automotive needs. Family owned and operated since 1964, Jack Burford Chevrolet is your hometown Chevrolet dealership. Check us out at jackburford.com or come in and see us today. We are located on the EKU bypass across the street from Walmart.
I'm Michelle. And I'm Jennifer. And in the spring of 1992, Bishop Small Engine Repair was born in our mom and dad's barn in Estill County.
Then in the fall of 1992, we made the move to Madison County, where we are today. With the support of our family, customers, and community, we have continued to grow in the outdoor power industry. With a full line of products from Coconut, Grasshopper, Echo, and Shindawa, we can help you tackle your yard so you can enjoy it with your family. Bishop Small Engine Repair, where our focus is our customer. Stop on in, 119 North Estill Avenue in Richmond. We can't wait to see ya.
The Beast of the East roars back to life for their 2023 racing season. Most Saturday nights, some Friday nights, you can take the whole family down to the Richmond Raceway for some good family fun. Watch the drivers race around the 1,584 feet play track for some big winnings. Children 10 and under are always admitted free. Gates open at 4. Racing starts at 6. The Richmond Raceway. Greens crossing off Highway 52 East and richmondraceway.net. Unleash your inner beast at the Richmond Raceway.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
When perfect is in the air, you can feel it. Presenting the new Ultimate Comfort System from Lennox, the most advanced heating and air conditioning system ever.
Call 859-779-0122 now and get the best Lennox home comfort systems at a price you'll love. That's affordable heating and air at 859-779-0122 or online at affordableheating-air.com.
Hi there, I'm Alan Feldhouse Jr., head basketball coach at Madison Central High School. Here at MCHS, we have built a winning team. I'd like to tell you about another local winning team, family-owned and operated Bluegrass Restoration and Construction. They specialize in roofing, general construction, and home maintenance services. Just like on the court, you need a team that will work together to get the job done, and that's exactly what BRC does. Give them a call at 859-353-1133. Road Tribe.
We are back here on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Appreciate all the folks here at Jack Burford Chevrolet. We kind of come in. We kind of just take over when we come over, Samantha. We move the tables around. We get our chairs set up.
We're lucky to get them on. They were all back there talking to John.
Well, John's a pretty popular guy, and obviously Jeff's been around for a long
baseball,
time too.
Yeah, and loves the coaches.
Bruce has been around for a long time, so those guys know a lot of folks here too. Yeah. But hey, look at some of these vehicles. You can see the Chevrolet here, the Silverado, the High Country, the black one over here. Listen. They'll take great care of you here at Jack Burford Chevrolet. If you're looking for a new vehicle, if you're looking for a used vehicle, they got a ton of them out there on the lot, from trucks to SUVs to the cars. you got to check out Jack Burford Chevrolet, folks. JackBurford.com for all the latest inventory. And listen, check it every few days because they come in, they do some trading with folks. It might be a car out there you're looking for that you'll find here on the lot. So be sure to check that out, JackBurford.com. Also appreciate the folks over at Bishop Small Engine Repair, North Estill Avenue here in Richmond. You know, mowing season's starting to kind of wind down, but it's a great time to be looking for a new mower, or maybe your mower needs to be worked on. Bishop's was great, take great care of you as well. Nuevo Vallarta, right here in Richmond on Big Hill Avenue. We talk about it every single week. You can't beat Gustavo and the staff over at Nuevo. The drinks, the food, the service, it's all great at Nuevo Vallarta. And you know, they got so busy, they were so popular, they had to build on. They basically made another restaurant on the other side of the room, and they added one in Berea.
Yeah, right.
So that's how good Nuevo Vallarta is. The law office of Patrick O'Neill, located over in Breathitt County. I've known Patrick O'Neill for a long time, a very well-respected attorney in Eastern Kentucky. Also does some work here in Madison County and some of the areas here in Central Kentucky as well. If you need workers' compensation, criminal defense cases, anything like that, be sure to give Patrick a call. You can like him on Facebook, the Law Office of Patrick O'Neill, or give him a call for a free consultation at 606-666-2990. We have a ton of other great sponsors. Richmond Raceway we've talked about. So many folks that help us get on the air. Really appreciate them. You know, we're kind of closing down the show. It's that time of year. Football season's around the corner. Yeah. Madison Central, Southern, Berea Model Golf, soccer now kind of in full swing. They're gearing up for the start of the season. I know Model had a good weekend, winning some soccer games. Madison Central, there's golf teams, boys and girls, looking to repeat as state champs. A lot of good golfers coming back from the team last year, so they're looking to kind of build on what they did.
You know, I haven't seen their championship rings. I can't wait to see those.
Well,
I'm looking forward to seeing them.
I know. Did they not have them when they came on the show?
I don't think so.
I can't remember.
It takes a while for them to come in.
They didn't have the rings.
Yeah. I'm excited to see them. And I'm excited to see Madison Central's new turf, the field.
I was up there talking to Coach Blair on Friday. They had like picture day. I was up there talking to him, and it was stripped. I mean, it was just like a blank slate. Oh, wow. I asked him, I'm like,
it started a little late.
We're right around the corner from the season starting.
Yeah.
So he said that they would have everything done for that first game. The 25th, I think, is their first home game. They play at Johnson Central, and they come back home for that second week of the season.
Game.
Going to be interesting, though. Football season's going to be very fun. You know, we're talking to the coaches, trying to get our season previews.
They just had their big 7-on-7 game this past Saturday. It was a big tournament.
That's became such a buzz
from everywhere.
Yeah, Boyle County, Breathitt County was up here. Central, Southern, Berea was up there.
Paducah Tillman, they look incredible.
Well, and it's hard to gauge off 7-on-7, but it does give you a nice
glimpse
look
into it.
At, like the players that are going to be your skill position players, your wide receivers, your running backs. Obviously, Central kind of going to be brand new at all those positions, but with Mathis taking over at running back, the wide receivers, Morrison's getting a lot of buzz right now.
Again this year.
Yeah, so going to be interesting to see how things kind of shape up.
Southern's going to have the new quarterback too.
Yep,
a different Ethan.
Yeah. So it's going to be fun this year, though. I think the teams are going to be good. The players are going to be good. Coach Payne, his second year, both Berea and Central with new head coaches. But the season will be fun. We'll see. I think that it'll be, as we make our way through week 2, week 3, we'll really start to see how good these teams are going to be. But, you know, with Central and Berea, not only are you replacing your head coaches, you're replacing a lot of talent with, you know, Central. You know, obviously, no Brady Hensley now, no Kenyatta Hards. They've transferred. Jaden West has graduated. Hagan Harrison's graduated. Brock Eads has graduated. All these guys are leaving. Offensive line, though, that's the big thing with Central. They're getting a lot of buzz right now.
They lost Woods, too.
Yeah. Now, Southern, you had the player get the offer from UK. Yep, They've got a lot of skill position guys coming back, even though they lost Etheridge and Sullivan. So
Sullivan's at Moorhead. I'm excited to see how well he does there.
And Berea, you lose Yamil Cruz, you lose Coburn at quarterback, so and a lot to replace
and a new coach. So.
Your wide receiver transferred to Central. So a lot of movement. Going to be very interesting to see how some of these guys shape up. So going to be an exciting year. Football, we'll be doing our season previews. We'll have that for you in a couple of weeks. It's it's that time of year, football, soccer, and golf, and everything's getting ramped up. So
and get on Twitter because there's lots of basketball camps happening at Berea and EKU.
Yeah. And be sure to follow Dawson's daily sports updates.
Dawson
as well.
and RKY.
There you
Twitter.
go. Thanks to our producer, Copeland Peterson, all of our great guests today.
I don't
Thank
think
you for
it's
watching.
Twitter anymore, is it?
And X or whatever it is.
Yeah.
We'll see you next Monday at Lake Reba. Be sure to tune in for that special show. It is the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.
Yeah.
And the agreement was what exactly?